Hello everybody, welcome to this vlog. My name is Satya. So this is the first vlog of 2026 year. So as part of this vlog, I would like to discuss about routing protocols. The three main routing protocols that exist now are BGP, OSPF and IS-IS. So to tell about the full form of each protocol, BGP stands for Border Gateway Protocol. OSPF stands for Open Shortest Path First, and IS-IS stands for Intermediate System and Intermediate System. So the first question that we will have is why do we have so many protocols? Why not can be one routing protocol? So the answer to this question is like whenever it was implemented for certain areas or applicable areas are there. So BGP, for example, is used primarily in data centers and internet service provider to internet service provider networks. So interconnecting two autonomous systems. Whereas OSPF stands for Open Shortest Path First, and it is used in enterprise networks to build up the routing entries. And then the last one is IS-IS, which is intermediate system. It is used in the ISP network, right? So the most famous protocol of all these things is BGP. BGP is very stable and it scales up to the maximum routing entries and is also having policy-based routing. So I'll discuss in the next class what is BGP and what is policy-based routing, how it scales to maximum routing entries, all those things. But the convergence in the sense like two routers communicate the routing entries between them. How fast they communicate and store the converging whatever routing entries are there needs to be stored. It is little slower in BGP and understanding the routes and all those things. The fastest is OSPF, so that's why it's used in the enterprise network, but it's not stable. It cannot be used in the complex internet service provider to internet service provider networks. Like policy based routing is not there in OSPF. IS-IS, it's mainly used in ISPs. It has a fast convergence like OSPF, but it also has IPv6 native support, right? IS-IS, but it cannot be scaled as better as BGP. So with respect to scaling, I would rate BGP is the first preferred routing protocol. Second preferred protocol is IS-IS. Third protocol is OSPF. Policy routing, like each routing entry is given a policy so that it gives preference over other routes. So that policy-based routing only exists in BGP. It does not exist in IS-IS and OSPF, right? So these are the main differences that make these routing protocols to be applicable in different areas, right? So we can't compare them. We can compare with respect to technicalities, but the applicability of areas when they were designed were different itself, right? BGP in the internet network and data centers. IS-IS is for ISPs, within the ISPs, one single ISP, and OSPF is for enterprise networks. Okay friends, so in the next class I'll discuss in depth about BGP, OSPF and IS-IS routing protocols. Thank you. Bye.